Hello, my name is Amede, and today I would love to introduce you 5 things that Taiwan and Poland has in common and you probably don't know about them. Of course, there are huge differences like climate, language or culture, and don't even get me going there, but at the same time, raised and born in Poland and living in Taiwan for more than 7 years, I discovered there are so many surprising similarities that I would love to share with you. So, let's get started. My Taiwanese friends make eyes as big as 50 NT dollars whenever I tell them that. They ask me, hey, what is the most popular dish in your country? Well, in Poland we have lots of dishes, but if I have to pick something that is special and at the same time delicious and very popular, I would go for one, which are dumplings, also known in Polish as pierogi. So yes, we eat dumplings, and I love Taiwanese dumplings too. I like the kimchi flavor, or I like the one stuffed with shrimp. But at the same time, Taiwan is missing a lot of variety of dumplings that are available only in Poland. Some of them are boiled in water, some of them fried on a pan, or even baked in an oven. There is also a specialty dish from my region, kluski śląskie, which are dumplings made of starch. We eat pierogi for Christmas and we eat them every day. You can also find lots of shops that are specialized in selling dumplings called pierogarnia. Actually, a lot of people can cook pierogi themselves. You can go to any supermarket and find half-boiled or frozen pierogi and just bring them and cook them yourself at home. Polish pierogi come with many different stuffings such as meat, sour cabbage and wild mushroom, cottage cheese with potatoes. You can serve them with sour cream or butter, or you can even fry some golden onion and put on the top. That's not all. You know, when Americans go to Europe and they see people eating French fries with mayonnaise, they're like, eee, this is so weird. Well, I see similar reaction when Polish people tell Taiwanese fact that we cook dumplings with fruit. We stuff them with blueberries, strawberries, plums, or other fruit, and we eat them as a sweet dessert. And they are delicious. And actually, I think I'm gonna cook them myself now. Drinking tea in Poland is huge, and you probably won't believe me, but Polish people drink more tea than Japanese or Taiwanese. It is very common to drink tea in Poland with any meal from breakfast till dinner, or just drinking tea by itself. When you host your guests in Poland, you're gonna ask them kawa czy herbata, which means would you like to have some coffee or tea. This phrase is so popular that it even made a name of a morning TV show. Polish people mostly drink black tea from tea bags, but also herbal and root teas are very popular. In Poland, we don't have tea ceremonies and beautiful traditional rituals that are observed here in Taiwan. Also, the tea drunk in Poland is not as great and fresh as the one here, and because of our climate we cannot grow it, so all the Polish tea is actually imported from other countries. There is a saying in Polish that goes gość w dom, Bóg w dom, which means if you have a guest at your place, you should treat him as a god visited himself. So it means like Polish people gonna be very hospitable to the people who visit. And it goes around many places. For example, if you're at a train station, you have a heavy suitcase, probably somebody gonna approach you and say, hey, do you need a hand with that? Or if you're a lady, lots of guys gonna open door for you and ask you to go in first. If you're an elder, you're gonna see lots of people who gonna ask you to sit down and give away their seats. Actually, those behaviors in Poland are not very considered special. It's the opposite. If you don't do them, it's considered to having no manners or being badly educated. The other thing about Poland, it is a quite homogeneous society. If you're a foreigner, you're probably easy to spot, and lots of people just want to help or practice their English, so they're gonna approach you and ask, hey, do you need some help because you look lost, or they just ask you. And well, the same things happens to me in Taiwan all the time. So for example, I wait for someone at a train station and people come to me and ask, hey, are you lost? Do you need some help? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm just waiting for someone here. You know, you ask someone for directions in Taiwan, people won't give you direction. They're gonna just say, okay, I'll take you there. Because they're very, very friendly and they really wanna help you. And what I've noticed about Taiwan is probably one of the easiest places to hitchhike in the world. If you want to go somewhere and you have a sign that says you're hitchhiking, there are people who are gonna stop within like few seconds. And even if they don't go your direction, they're just gonna stop and ask if you're okay, if you're safe, if you need train tickets or something. Of course, you tell them like, no, this is just the way I travel. I wanna meet people this way, but thank you for your help. And it's very nice of you to say that. But at the same time, I'm really impressed with the Taiwanese friendliness because it's just over the roof. The recent history, especially the 20th century, wasn't the best time in Polish history. I mean, you had the First World War, the Second World War. After this, you had 45 years of Soviet occupation wherein people lost lots of rights, such as voting rights, freedom of speech, and there were lots of repressions against any freedom movements. However, for the last 30 years, things changed a lot, and Poland is a part of NATO, part of European Union, and living conditions and economical situation of the country improved a lot. The history has lots of similarities between Poland and Taiwan. Now Taiwan is an example of a great democratic and liberal state, but it wasn't always like this, and lots of people before have to fight for it and have to sacrifice for this. So now the younger generation can enjoy more freedom and better quality of living. They really appreciate they have a chance to live in such a great places such as Poland and Taiwan, and this is the thing that both countries have in common. The family is extremely important in Taiwan, and you can see it everywhere, like when people go out to restaurants, when people go for a trip together, or they live together in one house, like 3 different generations. It is a similar thing in Poland. Lots of younger people move out from their houses only if they are in late 20s or early 30s. Family relationships are very important. For example, in 2020, because of the coronavirus, people couldn't meet for Easter. Lots of people were very sad and they couldn't even imagine how is it possible not meeting your family for holidays. And that being said, I think being independent and self-reliable, it is extremely important for a person. But at the same time, if there are a few people you share a lot, I think it's very important to have a good relationship with them. I cannot imagine there are some people who give a call to their parents once a year and they never see them again for the next 12 months. And I think it's very common both in Taiwan and in Poland this way, that maintain some relationship with your family. I see those feelings sometimes very strong, especially when I work as a wedding photographer and I see mixed couple getting married, their daughter or their son, and after the wedding they're moving out abroad. When you see parents, especially men, crying, it shows how strong is the relationship in families here in Taiwan.
中天财经频道与钱同行，通膨时代来临，荷包不缩水。台股、美股、ETF、基金、外币、黄金、虚拟货币还有保险，如何投资理财创造被动收入，实现财富自由？房市火热，政府打房一波波，房价越打越高，何时才是买房好时机？请锁定每周2、5晚间8点钟，中天财经频道张雅婷和您与钱同行。记得订阅、按赞、分享，开启小铃铛。
我是李小玲，全球政经周报每周6日最新总体经济趋势报给你知道。
凡是跟资金有关的这个市场都会受损，所以房屋市场也是一样。明年的利率是绝对高于它，所以明年应该到最后它的决定是2.8。欧洲绝对是俄乌战争最大的受害者。
掌握金融脉动，世界局势变化。
我是马凯，我在全球政经周报。
能够及时补充抗菌液的旺旺水神微酸性电解次氯酸水的生成机，让防疫变得更方便、更安心。一天你用200次都没有问题的，比酒精啦、比漂白水更加的环保。如果你要购买旺旺水神生成机，中天新闻的观众是有独家的好康。